Success Stories. Journey Out of Darkness. You Control Your Own Destiny, Not Your Shrinks. By user Tenshi on the benzobuddies.org forum. In 2014 March, one of my friends passed on due to a heart attack. After attending his funeral, I started to feel a sense of heartache and started to see a heart specialist. I cleared my heart report, but started losing my sleep. I sometimes could sleep only 2 hours a day. I started to see a psychiatrist, thinking there is something wrong with my health. That was the greatest mistake in my life. I was prescribed Zopiclone, 7.5 milligrams, once a day for a month. At that time, I didn't know it was addictive. After the prescription ran out, I went back to the shrink, and this went on for about 3 months. The insomnia didn't go away, so I upped my dosage to 15 milligrams a day. Then I started to realize my heart was palpitating and I was having panic attacks. The shrink prescribed me Ativan and Klonopin. I can't remember the dosage. The panic attacks and insomnia got worse. I started to doubt the so-called medical professionals and started to read up the internet on my own. I realized that Ativan and Klonopin are highly addictive and requested that I be off the medication. He advised me to taper off using 5 milligrams of Valium. I tried to taper down using Valium for several months, but was unsure how to do it. He gave me some rudimentary, off-the-book advice, but it wasn't helping. I reduced my Zopiclone dosage back to 7.5 milligrams a day. Thinking that my first shrink wasn't good, I changed to another shrink. He added on Mirazapine, 30 milligrams to my cocktail of Zopiclone and Valium, stating that I need a high dosage due to my high metabolic rate. He eventually increased the Mirazapine dosage to 45 milligrams. I was like a living guinea pig for psychiatric drug experiments. It was living hell. I slept but was nervous throughout the day. I was afraid to leave my house. Even if I did, I was so weak that I couldn't even walk 5 minutes to the nearest convenience stall. After taking Mirazapine at a high dosage, I developed tinnitus. I was fearful and requested to stop the medication. The shrink said it will go away, refused to change my medication, and threatened to send me to the mental institution if I refused to follow the prescription. He even told me I will be on psychiatric medication for the rest of my life. I stopped seeing him and started shrink hopping, hoping to find a savior that would help me to wean off my medication. There was none. All the shrinks know is to change medication or dump me more until I found back my faith, which I will not elaborate. I started on the journey to prove them wrong. These shrinks don't determine my fate. I weaned off Mirazapine 45 milligrams to 30 milligrams, to 15 milligrams to 7.5 to none within months. Then weaned off Valium 5 milligrams to 2.5 milligrams to none. Lastly, Zopiclone from 7.5 to 3.25 to none. I struggled, but I persisted. I started taking short distance walks and gradually regained my stamina. The short distances became slightly longer and I started to jog, picked up cycling, and started going for yoga classes. I insisted on exercising despite sometimes having insufficient sleep. Initially, the insomnia was quite stubborn, but eventually gave way when the positive effects of exercise kicked in after a couple of months. To get myself out of self-pity and possibly depression, I started to do volunteer work, exercising with the intellectually challenged kids and running with the visually handicapped people. I went back to work. I wasn't able to work when I was drugged by psychiatric drugs, and started to do things that I have procrastinated for a long time. I went back to study my Japanese and Korean, attending night classes after work. I even took up Aikido lessons. Basically, I occupied myself to the brim to the extent that the only time I get back home is to sleep, which I did. It has been slightly more than a year. Even though I still have occasional sleepless nights, I have proven my shrinks wrong. I am fitter than before. I'm able to think clearly, widen my social circles of friends, and contribute back to society. And now I'm back here to pay it forward. When it comes to the fight against psychiatric drugs, exercise is your best friend. It rebalances all your hormones no drugs can and reboots your body. Get as much support as you can. Look outwards and extend a helping hand to others to draw yourself away from self-pity and restore your self-worth. If an ordinary Joe like me can do it, I believe you can too. Like in Kelly Clarkson's song, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." It is true. Very soon you will be able to write your own testimony here. God bless.